everyone. Welcome to Title the Podcast with Joe.
And Joe, welcome. And we're joined again today with one of our close friends,
Steph.
Hello, good to be back.
Hi,
Thank you,
Steph.
friends. Thank you, friends.
Friend talagang tawag. Kasi
Yes.
topic natin today.
Oh.
Friends. So we've talked about relationships in the past. We've talked about friendship breakups. We've talked about travel. And we've touched on friends and all of the different topics we've talked about.
Yes.
But I don't think we've ever actually talked about just friends.
Just friends.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we wanted to explore kasi so this topic came about because I was having a conversation with a friend.
with
with a another
friend.
friend. We were talking about another friend. O diba? Puro friend.
Wow.
some
Now,
of our friends.
Puro friend. We were talking about another friend, but we were talking about the idea that we realized we have levels to our friendships. And that some people either don't have those levels or their levels are different.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask the group, friendship levels. Do you have them? What are they? Are all your friends the same?
Interesting.
How do we start this conversation? I'm just really curious.
Or if they are all different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do we define friendships? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess we could start there, that's Steph. That's good.
Okay.
How do we define friendships? So what are friends?
What are friends? Okay.
Okay, you start.
Idea mo eh.
Since I'm the friend, I start. Well, for me, my definition is quite elementary. A friend is someone that you enjoy being around. You have fun with. You know, when we were younger, how we define our friends is someone that you like playing with. So now that we're adults, someone that you click with, right? Someone that you have a lot of common with. Not necessarily too much in common, but sometimes you just have to click with them, even though you don't have that much in common. You just get along. You like
Yeah.
being in each other's company. That kind of things. But yeah, bonus if you have things in common, obviously. But that's how I define someone that you eventually become friends with, right? I don't know. What do you...
So,
A friend? May mas lambok nung. What is a friend?
What is a friend? Break it to poetry.
Well, all throughout our lives now, we have like different friends from different stages. Like from childhood or, growing up, whatever. Ang friend sa akin kasi I would define a friend as someone who would accept you no matter what.
Oh, I love that.
Someone who will not judge you, but will tell you if you're wrong.
Okay.
And, ano pa ba? As crazy as me. Ganon. Friends kami. Or as weird as me. Ganon. No, but, kidding aside, sa akin basta, ang friend would be someone you can always count on. No matter what.
God.
Are we friends?
are we? Parang bigla akong nagtaka.
Can
I count on you?
Based on our definition, are we actually all
Are we
friends?
actually friends?
Yeah.
Basta sa akin kasi, ang important sa akin, because I'm very weird, guys. If you don't know that by now,
you're
then we're
Season
not
2
friends.
na.
Season 2 na. So, will, encourage me,
Yeah.
will, like I said, accept me, kahit ano pang kalokohan ko, but would always correct me also. If I'm, crossing the line na pag, oy, sobra ka na. Diba? Yung ganun. Friends.
Yeah. Friends.
Who's not afraid to tell you if you're wrong?
Oh, interesting. That means I'm not a friend because I'm afraid to tell you. Oh my god.
O, labas!
I don't know.
So hi guys, welcome. We have our acquaintance here.
I just realized I might be in a different level now. Oh no.
Na-demote po siya.
I know, I demoted myself.
But I guess it also depends sa closeness nyo, ha?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if we're not super close, feeling mo friends tayo. Hello, I'm gonna be offended. Who you? Diba? Who you?
Yun nga, I think that's what I was thinking about when I was thinking of levels. Na parang, have you ever had a circumstance or a situation where somebody felt that they were closer to you than you actually see the friendship? Friendships lang ha. We're not talking about yung friendships na they were assuming na you're more than friends. Tapos friends na pala kayo.
So
We're talking strictly friendships of like they thought they were closer to you than you actually are.
but you both see each other as friends, not like one sees you as an acquaintance like that.
Or some, or maybe
Like you
maybe
and I
they
would
thought
consider
maybe
them
maybe
an
they thought
acquaintance, like
yeah
and then they thought I was more of a close friend.
yeah.
Or are you thinking like we both saw each other as friends, actual friends, but then one sees you more closer, like then you go into the whole levels or whatever.
Both, like either way.
Oh, interesting. Okay, either of those things.
Have you ever
Of course, I
experienced
think
something
all
like
of us.
Yeah.
And have you ever had to experience confronting them about it?
Oh, interesting. My answer is straightforward because I answered the last thing. Obviously, I'm not confrontational. I'm a
So
people
you're like,
pleaser.
okay.
I'm
I
not
guess we're close now.
confrontational either, but I would withdraw from it.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, that would be my response too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Paano withdraw?
Parang I won't spend much time with the friend.
Kasi
So-
parang nag-feeling sila.
Yes, I don't like asumera lang. Or you're so assuming na super close tayo. Like,
What if gusto pala talaga nila makipag-close?
but you don't force it. It has to come naturally. It's a mutual thing. Friendship is a mutual thing. It's not something you force onto somebody.
So it's like it shouldn't be one-sided.
Yes.
Okay.
But then how does the closeness develop then?
To
Kasi syempre
develop
kailangan
with
mo
time.
mag-effort.
Reciprocate. There should be
Yes.
some type of.
I think as a person you would know if you want to be close with somebody.
I mean, some people are not self-aware. They lack
Yeah.
self-awareness.
Yeah, but you yourself would know.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
if you see somebody, well, I don't know. I have that. I don't know what do you call it.
Gut feel,
instinct. Yeah,
instinct,
instincts
I
about
always
sixth
have that.
sense.
Parang if I see somebody, I know if I'm gonna get along or not.
Me
So,
too.
like, always listen to your gut feeling because it's
Yes.
never wrong. Believe me, it's never wrong.
I mean, my God, so much. But yes.
Hang on, IBS.
Ah, yes, that too.
I mean, it's like a first signal of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you really want to know this person? Okay, if you want to give it a try, go ahead.
You're right.
But if not, don't waste your time.
Okay. Interesting.
So then what about the flip side? Have you ever been in a situation where, like what you're saying, Joe, now you look at this person, you're like, oh, I think we're going to get along. I think I want to spend time with you.
Like, yeah.
I like your energy. I like, or whatever you want to call it, energy, vibe, aesthetic, or whatever. Or like what you were saying, Steph, right? Like you like the same things, you have the same humor.
Yeah.
And then so you're like, oh, I want to spend more time with you. I want to... And what if the flip side naman pala that person feels like, oh, bakit feeling close ka? Hindi tayo
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
But
But
you've been on the other side of it na ikaw naman ang nag-assume na you're closer than...
Yeah, but that's okay because, like you said, if you already have that instinct about things, then that would also work on the flip side too, right?
Yeah.
So you would pick up on it, and then hopefully that would give you enough signal to kind of like, okay, I need to kind of scale it back or get the hint, sort of. Like, okay, I mean, it's pretty obvious, just like how it is in general. Like, you know, with if you were dating or trying to meet someone new, like in the dating world,
You'll just know.
you just pick up on it, and you just realize, okay, they're not as interested, all good, whatever.
And hindi ako feelingera eh.
No?
I'm not feelingera.
Wow.
You know?
I'm feeling this right now.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, excuse me.
Yeah, or sometimes, you know, maybe you think like I'm coming on too strong. So maybe like, you know, match your energy. Then eventually if you do still are interested in coming close to that person for whatever reason, you can work towards that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right? Okay, yeah.
Have you
But-
ever?
Yeah, what
No,
about you?
I'm thinking just with all of the things we've been discussing, parang there's a lot of playing devil's advocate, parang there's a lot of assumption na signals are clear and things are you can pick
Right.
up on things.
Yeah.
But I think the reality is people can't read minds.
Yes,
That's true,
I
but
agree.
you would
Yeah,
know
okay,
yourself, right? Like for me, personally, I always have that wall up. I don't open up to somebody right away, even if it's my close
fair.
friend.
Right, yeah.
There are certain people that I would never open myself up, but they're still friends to me. Know what I
Oh,
mean?
it's so interesting.
Yeah, so then that,
I want to know if I'm that list.
so I think that goes, ito na nga yung pinag-usapan, yung levels. I think this is what me and my friend were kind of thinking through. Was that kind of levels? Because I think vernacularly, there are, on the surface, you can say, oh, acquaintance versus friend versus best friend, right? Like that's the general stereotypical different levels. But like what you mentioned, Joe, you have friends and they're all in the category of friends. If we're just sticking to the stereotype categories na acquaintance, friend, best friend, magkaibang level yun, 1, 2, 3. 3 being the highest, closest. Kasi sabi mo lang, meron kang mga tao na all fall under level 2. Lahat sila friends. Pero not all of them have access to, I guess, closer to the wall or inside the wall or iba-ibang levels ng wall. So how would you describe those different access? Na pare-pareho silang friends ang label, pero iba-iba yung, I guess, access nila sa'yo or iba-iba yung...
Yeah.
Because there are friends that... I would say the most closest friend for me is the one na lagi ko nakakausap or I always talk to. Because that...
you open up to? Like,
yeah,
you mean?
that builds up a different level of trust. Instead of the other friends. I'm not disqualifying them.
Yeah.
It's just, some people you don't know what's going on in their lives. If I open up to my issues, would that add on to their, things that they think about?
Yeah.
Parang I don't want to burden them for what's going on with me.
So for you, it has to be consistent access. So it has to be consistent, not just like some people have friendships like best friends who they don't have to be consistently communicating with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they still have that that intimate bond, despite like how busy their lives are, and they still consider like each other best friends and have that where they would just open up to each other no matter what stage in life they are, and they can pick up after like not talking for a few months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I guess with you yourself, I don't know. What I'm hearing is you have to be consistently communicating with them, so then you can have that, right? That closeness and develop that trust, sort of like to.
Because if they're consistent with you and you're consistent with them, that builds a lot of trust.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I want to nuance that point a little bit. And this goes back to how, Steph, you defined friendships from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Of like, these are people you hang out with, you share things in common with, you either share the same humor or you just like the way you guys kind of spend time together.
Yeah.
And I think from what I'm hearing from you, Joe, there are two different kinds of... Parang there are two... Even within the closeness, parang there are actually two separate categories. There's one that's closeness based on proximity and time spent together. But I don't think that fully equates to trust. And I think I'm speaking for myself, where like I have friends that, and this is coming, I guess, from being an immigrant, right? Like there are friends that I grew up with, who have a part of me that they will always hold, and I hold a part of them. We don't get to talk a lot. We don't get to message a lot. By time zone, life happens. They have a family. We have work. There's all these different things happening. But if something happens, major things happen in their lives or in my life, they still tend to be the first people that hear about it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So it's not. It's a level of trust and parang bond that's separate from
I get it.
separate from just close kami kasi lagi kami nagkikita.
No,
Na
not
lagi kami
necessarily.
magkikita, lagi kami magkausap. Na I do have friends like and I think the thing that makes it a bit complicated is they're not always mutually exclusive. And a lot of the relationships that have those deep bonds kind of had that prerequisite of you started by hanging out a lot, spending a lot of time together, getting to know each other. And then once you got to know each other, you develop that bond that even without the constant touch points, you have that bond. So then does that hold true for you?
So for me, I'll explain it further. So it's like a category within the category.
Ay, ayan na tayo.
Wow,
Okay.
so many categories.
So many
We started with
categories.
levels, now we're at
So
categories
categories, oh my
within
goodness.
categories.
I agree with you with, if you have childhood friends, they would always know what's going on in my life. Like, life-wise.
Yeah.
But there are personal things for me that they would never know unless I open up to them.
No, yeah, for sure.
So,
But who gets? I think that's what I was asking you, Joe. Is like, which of these friends in these different categories or levels gets the privilege?
Gets that privilege.
Gets that,
period.
gets that privilege of you opening up to
Yeah.
them. And then what makes them? I guess, parang ano yung criteria
Yeah.
that makes you open up to them? Is it the
Yeah.
closeness, the touch points, the bond?
it's funny that you asked that because all throughout my life, and this is true,
Yeah.
Malamang, sana true.
Yeah, better be.
it's more of other people are opening up to me
Yes, yeah.
than me opening up to them.
Oh, that's so
Mm,
true.
mhm,
That's what
mhm.
connection is, right? You connect because
And
it's
I
both ways.
don't know what it is. They just, one day they will talk to me and they will open up everything about themselves. Like, I'm not even asking, they just open up.
Yeah.
With this, like, oh my gosh, what? Like,
Yeah.
Same.
right? But
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know what it is, but they will say, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I think I can trust you with all this information, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But one thing for sure, I don't judge them for whatever they.
Yeah. And I think
Tell
people
me.
know that. I think you can tell with Joe na you can share because she's not gonna judge you.
I feel like they think that they feel like you're a safe space. They
Yeah.
can sense that. And good listener.
But Joe, you avoided the question.
What?
So
If I
who
want-
gets the
who
privilege?
I felt like she answered it.
How? What was the answer?
She said because they opened up to her, and that was a good kind of like. Right?
But she doesn't open
Is
up to
that-
everybody that opens up to
wait.
her.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What's the category?
Oh, I thought that
The
was a
category
criteria. I thought
is-
when they open up to you, then you will
No.
eventually open up to them. No.
No.
It has to be a
That's
god level category.
Oh
Nah,
my
I'm just
goodness.
kidding. I don't know. I guess if I'm comfortable with the person, very much so.
So then,
But what's your?
I guess if I find that
spark.
not the spark,
a
like
physical spark.
I can't even explain it. Parang
Yeah.
paano ba? It's
They're
hard
just
to
people that you
explain.
feel
That
safer
I can.
with.
I
Yeah.
guess siguro that's how I would feel if the other person is opening up to me.
I guess that's why
Parang
Steph
ganon.
interpreted what you said as
Yeah, as-
if they're opening up to you, then you can open up to them. But I don't think that's true
No,
for you because a lot of
that's
people
not-
open up to you.
Yes. A lot of people open up to me, but
And you're like, I don't trust
they
you.
wouldn't know. Most of them wouldn't know what's going on with me.
Oh, interesting.
I'm-
Yeah.
I very, very rarely open up to people.
Yeah.
That's just me.
So then, Joe, would you
Oh.
say maybe this is where we go back to the original levels of acquaintance friends and best friends? Would you say that the people you open up to are no longer friends? Doon na sila sa best friend category.
Next level.
Next level na sila.
Upgraded.
Level up sila.
Kasi I guess it's very few people lang.
So then, doon na sila. Best friend level na sila. Oh,
I would think so, yeah.
a friend. And
So,
then,
but then, if someone were to ask you, let's say I open up. This is just a scenario, okay? Like if I open up to you and stuff, and yeah, sure, that time that I'm opening up to you, it's about me, this and that, like I'm going through something, whatever, okay? And then down the road, as we're going out having coffee, and I'm like, how's it going with you? If I were to ask you, prompt you to open up, would you just, even though you are actually going through something, let's say, would you say just, I'm okay? But would you, then you would not open up? Basically, my question is, are you just waiting for someone to ask you? Is that enough or no?
let me
You still
answer
want-
that for you. I
Oh,
know!
you know the answer? I'm a bad friend, but I don't know. I feel like if I ask
To my
you,
lawyer!
no comment. No
I
comment.
plead the fifth.
Okay, guys, so you won't open up. Like, you
No,
know.
I wanna test my knowledge kasi
Okay,
Let's
So I
see
wanna-
what level are you.
I wanna answer and then she'll either say that's correct or not.
okay.
Joe will. Sorry, what was the question?
Are you waiting for me to prompt you? Like, some people are just waiting are waiting to be asked, right? Because sometimes they're just there to listen, and really no one is asking them how they're feeling, so they don't have the opportunity to open up. So it's just more like, well, you never really asked me, you never gave me an opportunity to open up. So like, if I do give you an opportunity, is that enough? Will you open up? So
I think, Steph, that's you.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think that's me.
I mean, you wouldn't volunteer information unless people ask you.
No, I actually volunteer.
Oh,
not
then
my
I guess you don't volunteer information to me. So I make that level.
No, I volunteer information when I feel like it, maybe when I have the energy to volunteer, or like when I need to get it off my chest immediately. So, yeah, I do volunteer because I don't wait to be prompted. I just do it. And then, like, obviously, the person that I think of when I want to volunteer information is proximity-wise, like my sister. And also, like, if you're around the next day, I will still volunteer right away just to get it off my chest. It helps. It's like kind of a coping thing for me. So I don't. Yeah, and also if someone prompts me, by that time it might just be already kind of like old news. So if they prompt me, I'll be like, nothing. So I'm not gonna revisit all that stuff. I just have to get it up initially. So I do volunteer, I think. Don't you think?
I do. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but we'll get to you later. I think with Joe, regardless whether you ask her or not, it doesn't change what level that person is at. So if the person doesn't actually have access, even if they've spilled their life story to her, and then maybe they're feeling better because you have friends. There are friends that parang, oh my gosh, this happened to me. But also, how are you? And like they're just trying to be like, oh, I feel bad. Everything was about me for the past hour, so I'm gonna try to ask about you. That's a different kind of like people who are just But with Joe, regardless of how much you've shared with her, and then no matter how much you ask, if you're not in that level that has access to the stuff, she will not share it to you.
Okay, so she won't even volunteer.
No. She'll volunteer. She's very good at this because she's done this for so long. She'll volunteer information that will make you feel like she's sharing so much, but she's actually not shared anything.
Okay, is that true, Joe? Can you confirm? What
do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
So like at work, for example, like with new people at work, or like people that she's, like she knows how to do the politics at work of like, oh yeah, over the weekend we recorded a podcast, we did this. So she'll share things that are like personal enough that people will feel like, oh my gosh, she's sharing things that mean something to her. But really, it's like, no, it's something that's out in public that I published online. Not the deeper things.
Okay.
If something happened over the weekend, say with her family or whatever, she's not gonna volunteer those information. So even if you ask her, how are you doing? It's like, well,
we're doing podcast today.
Or it's like, life, like it's still the same. But how about you? And then she'll revert back to you. Because she's like, if she's not comfortable sharing, regardless of how much space you open up for her, she's not going to share.
So that's only when, is that true, Joe?
That's true.
May tama ka.
So that means you don't have access because she hasn't shared with you.
We both don't have access.
No, we went out the other. She told me everything.
Patay.
No, but really, it depends on what I'm sharing, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's about very personal to me, I don't think I will share that with anyone.
Okay, so personal meaning like something very something like sad and dark, like when you're even during dark times.
I'm always sad and dark.
So there's nothing to share about that, just like your comment.
I think Joe also has this personality where with a lot of the things that she's going through, she'd rather deal with it herself first.
Okay.
And then until it's like
too much to handle?
I think there are two ways. Either it's like it's gotten so big that she's like, I actually just need to tell people that I'm going through something. But even then, she'll only say she's not doing well. She won't actually dive into as many details. So, or she'll only share after everything's been processed. So, like, she's had time to sit with her emotions. She's had time to sit with her thoughts. She's had time to, arguably, sanitize all the details. So then now when she shares with you, it's very PG. It's very yeah, I was really affected by X, Y, and Z. It really, really messed with how
When
I
does
was
this
feeling.
happen?
Is that
But
true?
I'm better now, and it's.
Is that true?
It's true.
Is it? What do you think? Is that
Because then that's the packaged PR version of. You know how, like, with companies,
so it's
right?
not raw. You're saying
It's not raw.
It's already
No.
been thought through.
Yes.
It's been worked
Yes.
through, and
Yes.
then filtered or
Yes.
whatnot.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's not filtered,
that's
it doesn't.
me being
not
private.
unfiltered.
That's
you
her being
private.
super
yeah,
private,
for sure.
yeah.
That's what I think a lot of people have that. When they're just private, and then in general, like, won't have that access forever at all.
Because there are things I think that people wouldn't understand.
Yeah, and you also said they won't understand, and also you touched on it earlier. You said that you don't want to burden people, so maybe
Yeah.
for whatever reason, you always felt like you hold back because of that. You don't want to burden someone. Maybe that's also
Yeah.
the main reason.
And I think sometimes people would judge you.
Yeah, and you just
So I'm like, I'll just do it on my own.
yeah.
True, it's true.
Yeah.
So judge meaning you feel like they'll be overly critical, or what?
I
Like-
think it's all of it. It's people who would either be overly critical or people who would whatchamacallit, who would it starts with a D. It's who would
Demonize it.
who would parang diminish or
Oh, okay.
or
Discredit.
discredit or make
Yeah.
light of what you're going through.
Mhm.
It's either you share with somebody
Yeah.
everything you're going through and how bad, and then they're like, "No ka ba? Yun lang yun."
So there's like
Especially if I share it with family.
Yeah.
okay. So I right away I knew this was like a Filipino thing because I feel like they do that kind of like I remember Andrea sharing this about earlier. Is there like a toxic Filipino? It's like, oh, come on, like be strong, like kind of thing instead of like allowing you to feel it and sort of right. Is that what it is? You just feel like you're not being heard, kind of sometimes.
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
Sometimes.
You don't feel seen
Yeah,
or heard.
I guess it's part of me, my growing up years.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm saying.
That's it usually happens during your formative years,
Yeah.
and that stays with you. And
Yeah.
how like that's how why you stay kind of guarded.
Yeah, because then
It's-
it starts with you're right. Like it starts with your childhood where you're like you share either something you were very excited about, and you're like, "Ano ba yan? Like what's that? Like that's a waste of money. Or that's a waste of time."
Yeah.
And then that stays with you. We're like, "Oh,
Or
I
like,
guess."
kalokohan lang yan.
Yeah.
So then it stays with
Don't
you.
be
We're like,
fooled.
okay, so the things that
Yeah.
I care about are weird and are not worth anything, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share with them. And then that translates also to then if you share something that's painful or something you've been through,
Yeah.
and then the response is, "Ano ka ba? Just wash it off. It's fine."
Mm.
Or just
Yeah.
pray about it. Or just,
Yeah, yeah.
itulog mo na lang yan, bukas okay ka na. Anong depressed ka dyan?
Right.
And then so you start building up all these things where, I can't share so much of my joy
Yeah.
because people will just parang rain on your parade. Because it's like,
Yeah.
that's a waste of money, whatever. Or you also can't share so much of your pain because people will just take it lightly, make you feel like judged of like, oh, why are you so bothered by that, etc., etc.
Right.
And so then now you've developed into now what Joe has, which is that wall
yeah.
of now being like, I'm not gonna let anyone else in because it's just not safe. Like it's just a safety thing where young Joe had to suffer all of that. So now older Joe is now like, no, I'm gonna be protecting my inner child
Yeah.
from all those things.
Yeah, that's
Now,
what
whether or not that's healthy or not, I think it's above our pay grade. I think that's a therapist session type
for
thing.
sure.
It's okay, I'm the therapist of everybody.
See, that's another thing, eh?
Yeah,
I think that's also two opposing things. Isn't that interesting?
Mm.
it is.
Yeah, because you are providing something you felt like you never really received, which is sympathy, right?
Yeah.
So you think like you feel like you are what you
Yes.
are hoping for from friendships.
Yes,
It's,
but honestly, I don't mind it. I like talking to
Aw.
people.
Yeah,
I like,
yeah,
like kind of like this.
yeah,
Kind of like the podcast. You talk to people, like what's your experiences and stuff. Then when they open up to you, it's like, oh, I think this is a good advice for you, blah blah blah.
yeah. Yeah, you
I like
have
that.
always given good advice.
Thank you.
So this day you have, so I count on you for advice. Joe, I know I'm crazy, but I just need to hear from you.
I know you're crazy. My disclaimer.
Yeah, like no, I said I know I'm crazy.
Oh, I
But
know.
it's just-
I heard you say. I know you're crazy,
I know.
but you know.
Oh, that's true too, though.
I love it because Joe would just, break it down for me. I love it.
Mm.
Yes.
So Steph, so you mentioned something interesting because you
Yes.
mentioned you were like your sister.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, hi Fel. I know she's listening.
Oh my god, I love
Hi
the
Joe. Actually,
I
Joe.
love the shout
So
out.
Steph has two sisters, Fel and Joe.
Another Joe.
Another
Another
Joe.
Joe.
Hi,
But
Joe.
Steph is very close with Fel. So I want to bring up Fel
Yeah.
mostly because I think for you specifically, you hold your sisters
Yeah.
in a different category than your friends. Can you
Yes.
talk more about that?
Oh, I guess so. Because they're my family, I guess. Because they're blood relatives, so it's different, I guess. I don't know. Even though I do consider them like I'm close with, but it's different. I don't know. What do you mean by that? Like, why do I put them in a different
Like, do you
category?
consider them as best friends?
Yeah, of course. I do.
That's good.
But it's different. My mind is so simple, though. I don't
Mm.
have, like, even though, like, yeah, sure, maybe if I were to kind of break
Dive
it down
into
and
it,
really
yeah.
dive into it and really think it through, yeah, maybe it's not as simple. But in my mind, I keep things simple. If you're a friend, you're a friend. Even, like, someone as an acquaintance, I would probably say label them as a friend, even though they probably think of me as an acquaintance. And really, by definition, they are truly acquaintance. But for
Yeah.
me, I just call everyone a friend. Like, I don't expect much from people, I guess.
Mm.
And then I just...
But then you have a different category for family.
Yes. For family, it's just because it's... I don't know. It's different for family. Don't you think?
Plus, they're very close with age, right?
I think so, yeah. My older sister's 2 years apart. My younger sister, Val, is 11 months. 11 months younger than
11
me.
years.
Yeah, so,
So-
they're almost like...
But I think
And-
even beyond that, Steph's. Oh, we had this conversation with Steph a couple months ago, no, maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Of friends versus family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Steph has a very clear, I wouldn't say boundary, but she has a very clear kind of grouping for people that are family versus people that are friends.
Yeah.
She holds family to a higher regard and she's closer to them. She trusts them more. I guess in terms of the language we've been using a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Safety, proximity, trust, that bond.
Yeah.
The default for Steph is that the family members, people who are in the category family, has all of those. Friends will never cross over into there unless they actually like marry into the family or
Even that won't guarantee you. I'm just kidding.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
even that
true.
won't guarantee. No, I think also because if I'm being honest here, and I think my sisters could also say, the reason why is because I don't have to make an effort. I literally don't have to make an effort, and they just have to accept me for who I am. So with friends, I think because that's the way the world works in general,
Yes.
with relationships, we
They
have
have
to make
no
an
choice.
effort. They have no choice. We have to make an effort to build those relationships. So it's much more work, right? With
Yeah.
family, I feel like there's not much work involved because, like, whether we like it or not, we're just always gonna be family. So it just feels more natural to just like, okay, I can just show my ugly side and my lazy of like not putting effort, and no one's ever gonna like say like, hey, like you're not doing it. Like no. If they do say, I'll be like, I don't care. Like, and then there's no harm. There's no. I don't have this threat or fear of like. Right. Not saying I do feel fear, but like, you know what I mean. Like with friendships or relationships in general, they do expect. It does require, or marriage. They say it requires a lot of work and effort and to keep that right. So I feel with family, I don't really need to.
I think that's such a privileged position, Steph. It's such a
Yeah.
blessing that you have that.
Yeah.
Because I think the rest of the world will not agree.
Or have they have
Or that they don't have that. I think the rest of the world, especially like if we live in Western societies, cutting off family members is a thing.
Yes, they do.
Family
We
doesn't
should do another
guarantee.
episode on that. It's a very interesting practice, I'd
Yeah,
say.
I think for you it's such a privilege and such a blessing, and I think
Yes.
it's a testament to how your parents have raised you.
Yeah.
The three of you together, right? Like you've developed this bond and understanding that we're sisters for life, and being sisters means something.
Yeah.
That's not always the case for everybody else.
Oh, interesting.
Like I think for a lot of people, relationships of any kind, both whether you have the label family or you're blood related or whatever, still requires work. And so for them, it's if you're not performing within the levels that I need you to perform, we can still cut you off. It doesn't matter that we share the same last name. Because it's like, if it's toxic, it's toxic. Like, especially like those conversations about, oh, it's toxic, they're not carrying their own weight, just cut you off. On the same flip side, there are also a lot of people who have the same safety that you're talking about with friends that they don't have with family.
Oh,
friends where they could show up and just be like, "This is me. You take it or you leave it," and the understanding is that it's the kind of safety that they have with each other as friends, where it's like, "This is it. We're committed to this friendship." Like if you think about the saying, "Blood is thicker than water," right?
Oh yeah.
That saying's only half. That's not the full saying.
What is the full saying?
We say blood is thicker than water to say, family sticks closer than friends, right? Blood is thicker than water. The full saying is blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb.
Okay.
Which means chosen family, chosen covenant relationships are actually more significant or could hold more weight than just sharing the same womb and coming out as brothers or sisters.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why there's a lot of people have chosen
family, yeah, because their actual family has
cut
disowned them, cut them off,
or they cut them off,
or they cut off their family. Yeah, it could go vice versa. So it's interesting. But I think what I'm hearing though from the both of you is that what makes a healthy relationship where you can fully be yourself and fully trust people and not feel judged and not feel like there's so much work in that relationship is a level of psychological safety. A level of trust that regardless of what you see, regardless of what you hear, you're not just going to abandon me.
Yeah.
And that I don't have to keep putting up a front to be like, oh, if they see this side of me, they're not going to love me, they're going to leave me, blah, 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 blah. And so it sounds like for you, Joe, there's not a lot of people that have given you that kind of safety for you to be able to fully open that up. And then for you, Steph, the only people that you've fully accepted that is a reality are your sisters. And for all of your friends, you still maintain this, no, friendships can come and go. And so there's always going to be that wall up for you, whether intentionally or unintentionally. You don't let yourself actually fully trust any friends to get to the same level that you trust your sisters. Even if maybe you're already feeling, oh, actually, this is a very safe space. It's a very safe kind of couple of people. But in your mind, you're like, no, the only people that are safe for me are my sisters. And I think there's something.
And then for you, I feel like this Joe here. You giving us
I think we're going to the next episode.
You have diagnosed both of us. What about you? What's your diagnosis?
I think I know enough.
I am psychotic.
Oh my god.
Probably ADHD. Maybe with a tinge of autism.
I just remember something. So back when I was younger,
so 2 weeks ago,
something like that. No, younger days. I guess when you're just trying to find yourself or to get to know yourself, there are times where you meet people, you meet friends, quote unquote friends. But then you try to belong to the group kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then you end up trying to please everybody just for them to accept you.
Yes.
But honestly, right now I don't care anymore. You accept me for who I am. I don't care
that
anymore.
comes with age, right?
Yeah.
I notice you just care less.
Yeah.
I think so, and I think that's what you were saying a while ago, Steph, too, where it's like, I don't know if you were saying this on the air or while you were preparing.
Yeah.
Because guys, as much as it sounds like we're not prepared, we actually prepare.
Yeah, you pretend.
Shh, you don't have to tell them that. No, I think we were talking a while ago of I think just the reality of as you're getting older, resources are just less and less.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking money, but like, you know, the friends that you had growing up from school, from church. It's because you didn't have a choice. You have to be at school. You have to be at church.
Yeah.
Your family brings you there, and that's where you're at. Whereas now that you're an adult, you're like, okay, I'm at work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever, 8 hours a day. An hour in the beginning, an hour at the end for a commute to and from work. And then after that, I'm going to have to work out. Or if you have family that you have to take care of, I need to prepare stuff for my family.
Yeah.
And then you have other commitments because you have hobbies, you have a life outside of work, etc., etc. That leaves you with very little. For either yourself, for like actually spending time sitting with yourself, to then be able to build all these things with other people. So then you get to a point where you're like, I'm not gonna bend over backwards and try to build a friendship or a relationship if it's like, if you don't like me, you don't like me, you know? And it's not so much that I don't care, I don't want to put in the effort. It's I don't have the capacity to put in the effort. I have like 2 hours this weekend, like that's it. And I'm like, and I'm not gonna spend 2 hours trying to please you, and then feel miserable about myself afterwards. Like,
oh my goodness, that's aging for you.
Aging,
oh,
and I think the wisdom too of like understanding.
Wisdom? I don't know. I feel like we just lack that drive. Like, you know, we were talking earlier, Joe, about like when we were in our 20s, we had more energy.
We go out.
We make an effort, even though we were all working full time. Our responsibilities have not changed. Like, okay, sure, some people in our lives have changed. They're married, they have families. So obviously but like for us, it hasn't changed. So really, it's just more like life is just looks different now. Like our energy has shifted. We're slowing down. I think it's also a natural thing that
just when we thought it's never gonna happen to us.
It's like happened. We just have to kind of let our bodies dictate things.
I think partly it's our bodies. I agree, but I think partly it's also just the world changing.
And the world
things
changing.
are more expensive now than they have
that
been.
Too. A lot of things, determine, like, there's so many factors that contribute to why we're, like, choosing not to make an effort anymore. Like you said, maybe also we're much more wiser. It's like, you know what? I only have 1 hour of energy left in me, and I don't think that's fair if I do spend time socializing with somebody because they won't have the best of me, right? I'm not going to be 100% turned on. I'm, like, literally, I have 10% left in my gas.
Oh, for me, it's the other way around, where it's like, I have an hour left in my week of all these friends. Who deserves that hour?
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like, okay, who am I going to prioritize this week? Nope, I deserve the hour.
I'm the other way around. I love my alone time.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the extra hour is after I've given myself
if I have the choice to just be home. I would just do.
I mean, there's a lot of things people post online, right, on social media. They make fun of it and be like, how they see, like, they have skits of their friends trying to make put each other into each other's schedule. So they're trying to match everyone's schedule. So they're like, let's get together.
6 months later is
like, okay, sounds like we're meeting July 2027. And it's like not even, it's a truth because everyone's schedules are not matching for whatever reason. When you get older, you have different priorities. And then you're also thinking about your energy level because you know yourself much more now when you're older, right? So you realize you don't have the capacity, like you said, to give yourself. Whereas in your 20s, you have so much energy. You're just like, yes, have all of me.
Yeah.
So have all of me.
But I think that's the other thing too.
Life,
I love that you brought up priorities because I think like even in some of those skits, right? Like if you look at, I have Pilates. I have this. I have this. It's like, well, you could cancel Pilates.
Yeah.
You know, it's like. Oh no, that's my errand day. I'm like, you could squeeze your errand day into another day, right? Like I think with prioritizing, with a lot of those skits, I know a lot of them are like exaggerated, right, for comedic effect. But the reality is, some people think that way because you just, again, going back to the different levels and categories, you just don't make the cut. Like I'm not willing to give up my fitness retreat to spend time with you because I'm like, I paid for this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, all I know is if you can drag me out of the house, you're so privileged to have that time with me.
So we made the cut.
Like literally, if you can drag me out.
Yes. Literally, yeah. No.
I'm giving you my time.
Like giving you my time, which is a huge gift from you, right?
It actually is. But I think with Joe, the flip side of that too is that if you're willing to come to her space, she's also fine.
Yeah.
She's like,
I I'm wide open.
She's like, there are
Come on
some
in.
people that I would be willing to get myself
Yeah.
together to get out of the house. But there's also more people where she's like, if you're willing to come to my place, I can spend the time with you.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna put in the effort to go out.
Yeah.
So like, you come here,
Also,
and I will spend the time.
Also, I just want to add up about aging. Going back to what I was saying about, in our 20s, we were much more willing to, build friendships or put in effort and, kind of experience the world because, we're always itching to experience the world when we're younger,
Mhm.
right? But now when we're getting older, like I was saying earlier, we tend to slow down. And that has to do with as well as we're able to now, because we're older, we're much more wise, know how to balance
Yeah.
everything in our lives, right? So work-life balance, kind of like we're much better at it now.
Mhm.
And plus, we're just more prone to burnout. I think like because of that, we're just so careful about how we spend our
Time.
whatever free time we have now. So it's priorities, like going back to what you were saying about why people are choosing to do their Pilates because they need that for themselves for whatever reason because to help with their self-care or whatever
Mhm.
to prevent that burnout. So it's so different now. When we're younger, we're not as prone to burnout or whatever. So we're like spending time. Sure, we'll do 5 hours of hanging out with friends and then an hour of like Pilates. Like I used to run a lot. I was able to socialize and do my running and all that. Now to think of that makes me want to throw up. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can ever do
Like,
that
heck
again.
no.
Heck no.
That's true. Like
Right.
it's
I can't
not
do
just
that.
the priority. I think there's also the
Physical
your body just
aspect.
needs it. Like
Yeah, you need
to
rest.
regulate your emotions, to regulate your
Yes.
hormones, to regulate your stress or whatever.
We need more rest
But I
nowadays.
can't miss my sleep. I can't
Yes.
miss the workout or I can't miss the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, so different. So yeah, maybe that's why with friendships, back when we were younger, we quote unquote categorized them or put them in different levels differently. And then now we're older, it's just like more categories. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
Or is it just one category, which is basically we have less friends in categories? I don't know.
Can we say that when you get older, there are friendships that have just grown apart?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like there's a bit of we're just
We're just not the same people.
same people or we're just much more distant.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, like
It's not the same because you're probably not living in the same city.
or
you
like
know.
life different life stages as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Just
And I think the harsh truth of that is that some people are just not worth the effort.
I
What?
don't think that's
Tara?
yeah, I know. I'm like, what?
I think that's what you're both trying to skirt around. But the reality is you've made the decision that some people are not worth that effort.
I wouldn't say it's not worth it. It's just
Yeah.
life gets in the way.
No, exactly. Life gets in the way. And some people, you would still make that effort regardless of life.
Even if you make the effort, sometimes it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, because it has to be equal. The other person has to also make that effort.
Yeah, and those people are so far, and it's a lot of effort on their end. We all live so close together.
No, I think that's the thing. Like that's what I want to.
It's less of an effort.
No,
So,
exactly. So it's like it's
just laziness on my part, to be
it's,
honest.
it's partly. I think that's good self awareness that you realize it's laziness. I think it's partly lazy, and I think the other part is that if we're being honest with ourselves, some people we've categorized as not being worth the effort. Some people you'd be willing to
Yes.
drive an hour, 2
Well,
hours to
true.
go see.
Because some people doesn't make an effort to see you too.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes
So it's
effort-
mutual.
you've mutually decided that you're both not that important to each other.
Well, yeah, in this stage of life, we were important at one point.
We were important at one point.
Yes.
And arguably, were you really important or did your schedules just align and it was just convenient? It sucks to think that some of your friends are actually just friendships of convenience. But if you look back, some of them actually just
That's
are.
how friendships are to begin with, because they're easy. That's why they're easy, convenient. So that's how friendships start. Otherwise, why would I start a friendship with someone where it's hard and no? Like, who starts a relationship long distance right away? I mean, I guess there's some people who do that, but they realize that's not that's not the most ideal way to start, right? So obviously, the most ideal way is when it's easy, convenient, like whatever circumstance. So proximity when you're in school, class together, workplace. Otherwise, I mean, how else are you gonna, right? So you start off where it's easy when you're a child and playing in the playground. Then you're gonna have that history together, and obviously you're gonna grow apart for whatever reason, grow apart by distance or by just life stages or whatnot. And then, but yeah, like otherwise, like us three, the reason we are making effort is because we're close to each other, distance
Within
wise.
2 miles radius.
Less than 2 miles, I say.
For the two of you, less than 2
2
miles.
miles, yeah.
I'm making a lot of effort, guys.
5 extra minutes could be. So
5 extra minutes without traffic.
We're really blessed that way. So, but there's other people, all of our old friends, or my old friends who I once was close with. I'm not as close with anymore, even though they are less than 2 miles away from me. It's because of life stages, and then like we don't have similar circumstances to bring us together. We don't go to the same church anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We don't work together. Whereas these friends who I was close with, you worked with, and you're able to carpool with them, right? So you even have a close bond together, right? So it's just more about like what will bring you together.
Yeah,
Because
but
that's
I think
the easiest and much more convenient way.
that's true. But I also feel like that it cheapens some of the friendships to just be like, oh, you're close because it's convenient. And I have accepted that some of my friends are like that.
Yeah.
Some of the people you mentioned, we're not going to mention names, is that I understand that if we weren't doing XYZ
Yes,
together,
I agree.
they would not give me the time of day. We would not be meeting. We would
yeah.
not be. And I've understood that. So I'm also like what Joe, you were saying, right? Like, because I know they're not giving me the effort, I'm also not going to give the same effort back. But I do have friends who I have made efforts for, changing my routine to match theirs.
Yes, like you picked me up today.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Like, changing my routine to match theirs because I'm like, I have the flexibility. I'll adjust. So I will put in the effort for you in the hopes and in the belief that I am investing in our relationship and I'm hoping you'll invest in the relationship the same way.
Yeah.
Like I've gone back to the gym.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a lot, every now and then. But the gym that I've chosen now, the same gym Andrea goes to.
Okay. Oh my
but
gosh,
it's
that's amazing.
so much further from where
That
I'm
is
at.
the other side, yeah.
Literally other side of the city.
Yeah.
But I've chosen to go there and pay for a membership there because the friend that I'm going with
That's
is
amazing.
expecting. So they're expecting a child. So
Yes.
that gym is closer to their place. So planning ahead, if we want to keep working out together, when the baby comes, they're not going to have that much time to come out. So if we chose a gym that was in the middle for both of us to get to, it'll be, right now it's easy for both of us, it'll be a good compromise. But eventually, once they have a kid, he's not going to want to travel that far.
Yeah.
She's not going to want her husband to be traveling that far because
Yeah.
she wants him around. But he still wants to be able to work out.
Yeah.
So if the gym is a 5-minute drive from their place, he'll still be able to make time to work out. So I'm like, okay, let's adjust where I'm willing to go to work out so that we can have that time together that's beneficial for both of us.
Yeah.
But it's also like beneficial to building that friendship. And I think that to me is just a little bit of that pushback. Because I agree, Steph, that a lot of friendships do start with a convenience, right? You start by hanging out so much together. You build that relationship from there. And then a lot of your relationships get maintained by just some of the convenience of XYZ. And some people you grow apart because of the loss of convenience or the change in life stages.
Yeah.
But I want to contrast that a little bit with there are people that are worth the effort, and so there are people that you would change and adapt your routines to. Like I have friends where because they have 3 kids, it's so much harder to schedule anything with them. So then I'm like, sure, I'll drive over to your side of the city and just be like, we'll schedule something there. We'll schedule something for after your kids get dropped off to daycare or something. Right? Like is it inconvenient for me? Very much so. I would much rather meet at this other hour closer to where I'm at or go downtown where there are more food options. But I'm like, no, we'll make the effort. We'll switch there. And I was watching this video online where there's this mom who obviously as a mom, she doesn't have that much flexibility to work around all of her friends. But she's like, I work around my best friend's schedule. It's like my best friend works around my life so much because I'm the one with a kid.
Yeah.
But I think she says like once a month, she makes it a point to schedule for her best friend. So she's the one adjusting once a month. And that's the only compromise she's able to give given the responsibility of the kid. But because her best friend is worth it for her, once a month she will schedule childcare or schedule that her husband will be the one to take care of the kid or whatever. So that in that one day a month, her and her best friend could act like adults and do things that are not around, oh, the baby has to be close to a park, oh, we need to go to somewhere that's child friendly, blah, 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 blah. And that's what I'm saying, where I think, yes, I agree. Some friendships kind of fizzle out because life stages change. And most like moms or dads prefer to have friends that are moms and dads because they have things that are in common. They learn about things and their kids can do play dates. And I think that's great. But I think there are friendships there are people that are worth it, that whether they've made it to the category or the different level, for you to actually inconvenience yourself. And I think I was watching a lot of this recently. We talked about this, I think, in a couple of episodes before, where inconvenience is the cost of community. Like, if you want to be able to build that community, part of that is understanding that you're going to have to inconvenience yourself.
Well, I have so much to add to that. Because our community group, our small group, inconvenience
Inconvenience you?
And then they don't make it. You need to mention that in our next small group that we have. Inconvenience in the way to just give up. And we don't meet, and there's no community.
Oh my God.
Anyways, but thank you for remembering, because that's a tagline that you will have to stay in our next small group.
Yes, speaking of, I think this conversation is great. I want to take it somewhere else.
Yes.
And I want to take that somewhere else in the next episode. There's so much to talk about for friendships, eh?
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
There's also like intentional friendships.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just learning so much about you two now. Considering, you guys have been my friends for several years now. So.
Are you now trying to categorize if you made it to a category?
No, not at all. I'm much older and wiser, so I don't care what category. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we'll continue again on our next
Episode.
part 2 of the friendship episode.
Yes.
Okay, so
Because
that's
I think we
next week.
touched on some good things right now of like the different levels, different categories, and then some of the reasons you might be in different categories or some friendships might fizzle out or whatever. And for the next episode, I want us to go deeper into that. Like,
Let's explore more.
Let's explore more about
friendship boundaries.
Intentional friendships, or what about some friends that you can only handle in small doses?
Ooh,
What does that mean?
oh my God. Like 1 milligram.
I just need to see you once a year for about 2 hours, 2.5, maybe.
Maximum.
And then I'll see you next year.
Not even that maximum with 5 other people around. I'm kidding.
If one of them cancels, we're meeting next year. No, but I think that's interesting, and I think we all have stories of people like that, or maybe we've been people like that.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know about you. I'm not.
You're so chill, Joe.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Anyways, with that, guys, thank you.
Thank you, and we'll catch you again next week. This is Side of the Podcast with Joe.
And Joe.
Well, don't forget, like, share, subscribe.
All right. We want you to be intentional friends with us.
Yes, let's be friends.
Please like, share, and subscribe. We are on Spotify,
YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah, so let us know, what kind of friendships do you have?
Do you want to be friends with us?
Or acquaintances can work too.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you. Bye, guys.